Okay, this is it. Time to show him your man walk. Shoulders back, chest high, feet apart, head up, and strut. 2, 3, bring it down. Up, 2, 3, and work it. Beautiful, isn't it?
They're disgusting.
No, they're men. Now, you're gonna have to act just like them, so pay attention. Look, this tattoo will protect me from harm. I hope you can get your money back.
I don't think I can do this.
It's all attitude. Be tough, like this guy here.
What are you looking at?
Punch him. It's how men say hello. Oh, Yao. You made a friend. Good. Now slap him on the behind. They like that.
Whoa! I'm gonna hit you so hard, it'll make your ancestors dizzy.
I'm a bit fearful that we're verging on what I call feelings territory.
Ron, no! Ron, stop it!
I'm just gonna stay angry. I find that relaxes me. I don't want to seem overdramatic, but I don't really care what happens here. What say we just stand here in silence? There I go, getting all sappy. I love nothing! I'm not interested.
Toughen up, or don't show your feelings, be tough. And I think that's what a lot of people use it as, is their way of saying, like, don't show your emotions, or don't let weakness show.
What does be a man or act like a man mean to you?
To be tough and not wimpy.
Well, I would consider certain jobs to be manly, like kind of jobs where you get in and get dirty, working in the dirt, or getting your hands with oil, working on cars or on diesel mechanic work. I would consider driving a manual car manly.
To be manly, I think it's different than what the world thinks that being manly is. Because to the world, being manly is not showing your feelings, it's being tough and doing things like that. But to me, being manly is doing the right thing. It's, I think, being an example to people around you by not being afraid to stand up for what's right, not being afraid to be who you are, or to defend other people, especially those you care about.
Well, I would consider the world's view of a man as somebody who is emotionally quiet, keeps his thoughts to himself that way, that goes out and works during the day and then comes back home in the evening and makes the money for the family, and that they're kind of like, yeah, basically that.
I think in today's society that the roles of men are to be defenders, be protectors, especially of women and of our families. And men are supposed to be providers, and we're supposed to kind of be leaders and being examples. And women can definitely be leaders too, but I think men carry out a role in caring for those around them, and especially standing up for them, protecting them, and defending them.
It used to be different from now. like, I feel like now it's gotten more to like a man's not as like, they don't have to be like as burly or like strong as they like he once used to be. I think now it's more of just like a dad that's like there for his kids, and I think that it's more of like a dad that can provide.
Yeah, competitiveness between men, especially young men or adolescents or young adults. There's definitely some competitiveness between men. And so yeah, I think guys want to act tough, especially when they're around each other. We don't talk about our feelings or anything like that because we do want to be manly men around our peers.
Why?
I think it's just part of being a man. It's just kind of the way society's made us. And I don't know, I think it's just the way that we are, just competitive.
I think that some of my like attributes, like where they've come from, I think that a lot of them have come from like my religion. I'm Mormon, so I think that throughout like growing up my entire life, I think I've like learned that like a dad is supposed to be caring for his children. I think that like, so I think that just like everything has come from my religion, and then I've just also like been given examples like throughout my everyday life of like what I would want to be when I grow up.
Who is a real man that you look up to?
This guy right here. He's a good man. Also my big dad. My dad. A good man. He's a gentleman and a scholar. Always puts people before himself. Never complains. He puts the team on his back. You'll often wonder where he's at. He's probably out back, moving something, carrying something, serving somebody. Yeah.
What kind of a man do you want to be in your family?
A good dad, a good husband.
What does a good dad or a good husband mean to you?
Spends time with the kids, loves them, still teaches them stuff and is fatherly to them. A good husband, I guess, would be somebody who loves his wife, lets his kids know that he loves her.
Men, I guess, are like our brothers. I guess like they're always like there for anyone in our family, and so I don't know. I feel like they've all like fit under the characteristics that I put, and they all like would do anything for anyone.
A real man keeps his promises, does what he says he's gonna do.
It used to be different from now. Like, I feel like now it's gotten more to like a man's not as like, they don't have to be like as burly or like strong as they like he once used to be. I think now it's more of just like a dad that's like there for his kids, and I think that it's more of like a dad that can provide.
It's quite the opposite of what society deems as a real man. A real man.
A little bit of extra.
Is being a gentleman, a scholar, and a respecter of all people. A real man is someone that puts everyone else above themselves. And they strive to make people better because of them being there. They put others first in all aspects of life. You already said that.
Well, I think there's two different perspectives on that. So, like in the way society or the world looks at it, a real man is someone who is tough or doesn't cry in sad movies and things like that. That's a man. And I think the world kind of teaches us that, especially in movies and in the way we interact with our peers. But in my opinion, a true man is someone who does what's right, or who isn't afraid to show their emotion, but cares about others. And I learned that from my dad and from the men in my life, my family members, and my friends too.
I consider a real man to be somebody who is looking out for others, who's trying to make sure that those around him are doing good. I'd consider a real man a person who is always working their hardest to be able to provide for their family, even if finding a job or something's difficult. I also think that being a man is also being able to be humble and putting aside your own pride for the welfare of the people around you or your family. I feel like real men should be willing to help in the house, be willing to help with raising the children, and I feel like real men should be able to express themselves emotionally too, because some people don't do super well with compressing their feelings, and so there you go.